Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. Hey, hey. Let me fix the webcam. That seems to be super stuck. It's always a bit slow to start, but then somehow it works. But I think I will buy a new one because this one is giving me trouble more and more and more, and so I will probably buy a new one. Anyway, so we have enabled this morning. You finally got your first mount. Nice. Very, very good. With a mount is much easier to move around the game, for sure. Easier. Hello. So it's just an ad for your Patreon, that someone is saying. No, we're just reading a comment on one of the YouTube videos, but it's kind of funny how people don't realize the work needed to do stuff. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so we had some problem with the city manager. So what I want to do, I want to actually try to replicate the problem we have in production. So it seems that we cannot move to tier number 2. I don't know exactly what is happening, but first I want to reproduce the issue, right? Because maybe we managed to reproduce it locally. I mean, I really hope so, because the bugs that are not reproducible are the hardest in the universe. And so let's see. So we have upgraded, and also we have the new quest in game. So for the new players, so they will make it a bit easier for them to move around, hopefully. Hello, hula. Yeah, now the world is open to you, correct. It's much easier to move. I mean, you can move by traveling with the pterosaur, right? But it's not as good. Okay, so here we are at Willem, and basically this guy, sorry, will become day in a second. This guy is our city manager, right? And so what I will try to do, I will try to actually boost the tier 1 until completion. So I need an iron ingot and I need a white oak wood. Okay, so let's get that. And iron ingot. Okay. So it seems that in production, for some reason, when you reach the max, he actually switches to tier 2, but then you cannot move to the next tier, which is a bit strange. Okay, let me try now. Yep. Okay, so we can reproduce the bug. Okay, that's very nice. We can reproduce the bug. Okay, so if we can reproduce the bug, the best will be to actually run this thing in debug mode. Yep, I think we can run this and see. Yeah, there is already a breakpoint, by the way. There is already a breakpoint, so we just run it at this point. And there is also another problem that when you give the material are not... Hello, Jerome. Hey, good morning to you. That when you give the material, your inventory is not updated, right? But that should be a very easy one to fix. Very easy. You're just missing inventory update message. So that would be very, very easy. We had a nice event yesterday night. I don't know if you've seen the screenshot in Discord, but anyway, there was a good amount of people, and yeah, there was a roleplay event like every Saturday. So if you want to join, you can join in game. So the server is starting in debug. It takes usually a bit more because, well, it's actually building at the moment. Probably I did some small changes, like I added some checks. Meanwhile, maybe we can look for the... We can look for the inventory update. For the inventory update, yeah, player inventory, exactly, is here. So yeah, it is here. This is where we remove the item from the player inventory, and we do it for every items that have been found. And so what we have to do, I guess, is just to then send a message, right? I just want to check set money. Okay, let me just see if there is something before this, right? Because we don't want to do it twice. Give point, execute player give resource. There seems to be two places. So there is handle city resource player give, and handle city player give asset. Okay, yeah. Because we have two places, but both places seems to go in the same function, right? Which is this function. So I think at the end of this, we can call, yeah, we will do it at the end of this. We can do the call to actually refresh. These are all the updates in the database. Yeah, I think we can do it at the end of this, right? I mean, just before this return, right? Just before this return, we can do it. But before, so let me put a breakpoint maybe so that I remember. I mean, what is the name of this thing? A bookmark. Okay, so the server seems to be up and running. So let's start the client and we will do exactly the same thing. How are you guys today? Oops, where is my chat gone? Oh, my chat is gone. No. Why? Wait a second. Okay, it's back. If you type something in the last minute, please type it again because on YouTube, I see the Twitch one, but on YouTube, I had the thing, I don't know, the message manager crashed for whatever reason. Okay, so what we want to see, this, right? We want to do the same. So we want to give a material, right? I don't know, 5, any number, I think is fine. And then this should trigger our breakpoint. It didn't. Interesting. It didn't. Oh, wow. So it's stopping before that. Execute player give. Wow. It's stopping even before this. Okay, let me try here. This is very, very early. Okay, this one actually. So known tier 0 different than current tier 1. If the known tier client side is different from the current tier, then invalidate the give command and refresh the client. I see. I understand. This is not very nice. This is not very nice because is unfortunately seems to be a problem client side, boys. Seems to be a problem client side actually. So what it's doing here is basically checking no, sorry, now I'm lost again. Here. Handle city resource player give, right? So what he's trying to do is trying to understand if the client is updated properly with the current tier, right? And because the client is actually sending the known tier to the server, right? And the problem is that when we go in, so even if this is actually tier 1, because it's tier 1, when we send this and we do give, right, we actually receive a known tier 0. Fuck it. So this looks like, or the tier is not properly sent, but I don't think so because, or the tier is not stored properly, right, on the client. Yeah, because we send the current tier 1, right? I fear that this is a client bug. There is a client bug. It's very strange though, because I tested this multiple times, right? So why it should not work now? That is very strange. So I did some changes on the fly, right? But yeah, it's not capable. It's broken at the moment. Is the new city manager in the plaza like with the new player NPC? The new city manager is at Willem. Willem is the treasurer, which is the guy that you were seeing on screen a second ago. This guy. Well, it's a bit dark, but anyway. When you click on him, you see a new icon which is called city. But it seems that we have a problem. It seems that we have a problem. I'm trying to understand it now. So we have a problem when we send handle city resource query. Let me try to understand why. Well, it's in player controller for sure. Yeah, I didn't test it much, but at least the basic, I tested for sure. So. But something went wrong. That's 100%. Wait, it's not this. It's not this because this actually goes here. Get a current here. So we need to see. Yeah, but for sure it will. Okay, let me try again. Let me try again. Yeah, it's saying current tier 1. Oh, now, what? No, but it's still not working. What? Did I mess up the... Wait, maybe I messed up the known tier with the current tier? Handle city resource query. Yeah, I'm okay. So this is server side only. So basically we are passing the known tier. That is possible because this function is called from 2 different places. Nah, but it should always be the known tier. Yeah, exactly. We are passing in the current tier, which is wrong. That is wrong. That is definitely wrong. That is definitely wrong. Because we are passing the known tier. Yeah, that is definitely wrong. Okay. So, well, the good news is that if this is the case, we can fix it because it's only a server-side mistake, which is nice. Hello, Velenath. We were open source in the past. Actually, all our sources are still online for the previous version of the game, but when we moved to Unreal Engine, we went closed source because it's a bit of a mess with Unreal to go open source, right? I mean, you can, but it's not very easy because Unreal Engine has its own license, which is not really compatible with most of the OS licenses. Now there are some that are compatible, right? But also you have to separate somehow their assets with your assets, right? And the marketplace assets with your assets. So it's very tricky, right? It's very tricky. But yeah. But yeah, you can see the source code while I'm developing. If you need anything, you can ask me. I can tell you. I can give you pieces of code in case. Now here we have it. So here for sure is known tier, right? That is for sure known tier. And what I'm interested on is the mistake the same? I don't know, here it cannot be the same because it's a different code. No. Yeah, I think that is okay. Okay, so if this is the mistake, you know, we can easily fix it. Let me maybe also add the inventory send, right? So that we send the inventory after we have. So that. I don't think it's actually called inventory, send inventory. I think it's called, I think it has a weird name, update view. Update view. Inform clients on view updates. Inform clients on view updates. No, that is not the one. Then it's probably inventory send, but no, I think it was called differently actually. Update item view, exactly. What is the difference, by the way? Update item view, because it's updating. Update item view is updating also the glyph window, in case you have changed. You have changed the glyphs. I see. I see. Well, let me check 1 second what this thing is doing. Receive glyphs. So it is basically if you trade in the city some glyphs, then this window needs to be updated, right? I think I'm fine. We can call update view. We can call update view. We can call update view. I think it's called update item view or something. Yeah, update item view. Yeah. Okay, so we want to do that here. Are you a developer, Velenat? Are you a developer or I think you told me something yesterday probably. No, it was not you. Someone else. Where is our player? You know what is the problem that I see is that the you know what is stop and build, yes. You know what is the problem that I see in the current implementation is that we have the category description with the bonuses on the client, right? And the reason I did that, let me see, 1 second. city categories. No, actually. Yes, easier. So I'm kind of fine to have the name. I'm kind of fine to have the name of the category and the description are coded in the client. I think it's fine. But the benefits, right? The benefits we may decide to change fairly. I mean, at the beginning we will change them quite a bit, and then so having that are coded. And also, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that this may change by city. So actually it's the wrong design to put the benefits into a data table that is associated overall to the city categories functionality, right? Yeah. I think so. So I have to think about that. Pam 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 pam. I'm thinking if I want to release a client update anytime soon, because there are few important bugs I think that require some attention. Okay, let's try again. So we go under City Manager. Yeah, our tier 1 unfortunately expired, but it's okay. We can move to tier 2 again. And by the way, let me check something. So here I have 45, 45, right? 45, 45. So now I give 5 and 10. Boom. We are now at tier 2. Yes, and my inventory actually updated. Okay, so the good news is that now the inventory updates properly. Let me see if I also have a second good news, which is that I can actually put like 8 of these guys, right? No, I still cannot. Okay. Why? I still cannot. So it seems that it seems that this check is still failing. So maybe there are two problems. Maybe there are two problems, not just one. I was hoping the problem was one, but it seems that it's probably two. Okay, so that the change that we did on the known tier was definitely a bug. But then it seems that my client is sending a known tier of 1. Downloading Linux version now. Nice. Yeah, we just released the new version, and the new version I think is pretty good. Is not too bugged. There is only one bug in the initial area. If there are multiple players speaking with the entity, it may bug out, but I'm gonna fix it soon. But yeah, I would say the current version should be pretty solid. Should be pretty solid. Also, the download is very reasonable. It's like 7 GB now, I think. So it's reasonable. I mean, it's not like the typical, you know, 150 GB game that is like impossible to download and to update. Waiting for this thing to restart. Yeah, let me know if you encounter any issues, but there is also an help channel in game, and there is often someone around. Okay. So the known tier is 1 at this point. Okay. So if I try to add 2 of these things, is the known tier 1? Ah, fuck, is 0. So yeah, there may be a bug client side. Ah, that's so annoying. Unfortunately, it's not updating the tier. It's not updating the tier. This may be a client-side issue. This might be a... So there were 2 bugs actually, and the reason is that I always it's not like Star Citizen. Well, we have bugs. They have bugs, but by the way, for Star Citizen, I think there is a free flight in this day, so meaning that you can download it and play it without paying anything. But I would say I would suggest you not to do it, because I don't think the game is worth it at the moment. Okay, let me search this. I don't know why we didn't find receive CT info. That should be on player controller, right? Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so here we receive the current tier. I mean, we receive the whole city structure, including the tier for each of the domains, right? And here we do setup city. And in setup city, we actually save the city info. Okay, that's good. Now we break all the different tiers. And we send them to these places. So for example, this is what? This is the first tier, right? It goes into this. So hopefully this tier is saved somewhere. Well, it's set into the category level. Wait, category level boost 1C. Yes, depending on the depending on this selection, right? So I hope that this actually works, but I think it does. It goes here, it's set to this category level, right? So we have a set. By the way, we print it out, so we should actually see it on the client, right? So if I open the client log, we should see set category level. Where the hell is the client? Client here. So we should find a set category level. Set category level 000000. What the? Huh? What do you mean? 0? So you mean that this value is not updated? That is what you mean? Category value. Oh yes, category value. So we arrive here with an empty. We arrive here with an empty tier. What the fuck? It is connected. Yes, it is connected. It is also connected. Yes, it is connected. So what he's saying is basically that in receive city info, our one city, right? Our one city is not correct. Oh, I'm really surprised about that. I'm really surprised about that, but we can test it. Yeah, so it's saying that here one city is not properly updated. Which is very strange. Okay, let me see. So it's saying that wait a second, tier 1. But now we got 1. Because it's the beginning of the game. Because it's the beginning of the game. It should be the same though. Known tier 0. Receive city info. Receive city info. It is 1 here. The first one is 1. So why say 0? You crazy? Now it's saying 1. Now it's saying 1. So it looks like we are sending 1, but then we are. Huh? I don't understand actually. Because now we have infrastructure level 1 on the client. This is the client, right? So we have it. So if I do this, then why my tier is 0 again, right? Yeah, my tier is completely 0 again. Yeah. My tier is 0 again. So this, okay, so we are sending the right, but yeah, but huh? What? I cannot catch the point, but definitely there is a bug. Definitely there is a bug. This level of ranking of the city categories is not passed properly, right? There is a place somewhere where we lose it. And it seems to be more than one place, because I've seen that city info with 0 and with 1. So even if we receive 1, and so we have set category level 1, right? Even in this case, when we send it back to the server, it is 0. So let me see when we send it back. Well, we send it back when we click on give, I guess. When we click on give, what do? We clear this. I don't know exactly why, but fine. Because it's the message that we are sending, right? And then we get all this stuff. Okay. So we basically collect anything that we have to give, right? And then is category city give. Get city category. Fuck. Yeah, this is not set, as you can see. Yeah, it's a client issue. Fuck. I didn't connect this with this, and this is the problem. No. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah, because this is getting an empty, right? It is getting then an empty, yeah. So it's going here, and it's returning nothing. Ay. I mean, I can fix it, but I can fix it like this, which is nice, but it requires a client update. No. I mean, we can work on a client update. I would have preferred to stay, on this release for a bit without but there is also another problem that in the dungeon we cannot open certain doors. I think that change is when we restructure the shortcuts. So there was a server-side bug and a client-side bug. They are very simple bug. I mean, just something that I forgot. Probably because I always tested at the same tier. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I always tested at the same tier. No. Well, we can release an update, but we just released, right? We just released. Making an update takes a bit of time. And also I think on Mac, I think it will not work. Because we changed the Mac shipping name. Okay. Let me see if it works now. Yep, now it works. Yeah, we're just missing that line. Well, and also the server side bug. Okay. Do we want to release an update? Do we want to release an update? Ha! I mean, there are a number of things that I already listed, right, for the update, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to release it now. Let me think how many other things we can do without releasing an update. I mean, there is not much, but there is some. So that is done, and that is done, right? We didn't finish this one, and we didn't finish this one. The main reason is because we need to change some of the NPC to alien female, which is here. But to do that, I'm thinking what I want to do, because it is also done. Let's see if we can fix this bug without touching the client. No. This will be another client-side thingy, I guess. Yeah, let me try. Plus, there is the other issue of there is this one. There is this one. Let me see if I can harvest mine. Let me see about this. Let me see this one, right? So what we are saying on this one is that whenever you harvest, whenever you right-click harvest, you don't get an eye icon. And the reason is that I think it's the action. I don't know if it's the action location query or if it's. It's not called this way. It's not called this way. Let me see. It's not here. If I search query, I will never find it. Request map action location. Handle map action. Handle query message. Yeah, exactly. Handle query message. Handle select query. Where the hell is that? No, here we are too deep. It's not here, I think. No, it's not here. Here is where you are already sure there is an action location, but in our case is not. Search for natural resources if all else failed. Receive resource interact window. So this one is not really this one is really dedicated to that. Set up resource interact UI buttons. Dig harvest. Yeah, there is another client side change. I can do it, but it's another client side change. So there is client as well. I can do it, but there is also client side. I mean, there is client side. There is surely client side. And all the stuff on the right is client side. So, and this is 100% client side as well. Yeah. So it looks like we have, I mean, if we want to do these fixes, we have to release a client update. So yeah, I confirm is a client is a bug. It's a bug, unfortunately, on the client. So we'll require a client update. Yup. It will require a client update. Fuck. Fine. Maybe, you know what we can do? We can enable the NPC Gambler and have some people use it and see if also that requires a client update. Right? So that we catch all the problems and then we release like one update for all of this, right? Yeah. So I don't even remember to enable the Gambler NPC. What should we do? I think what we did, we added. Yes, now I remember. We added a generated event, a random generated event, right? Which was adding the NPC to the tavern. We added a random generated event that was adding the NPC to the tavern. Yes, I remember it now. So it's under what? Is under random events. We also need random event locations, right? Because we need to declare that we have a tavern location where this should spawn. And I assume that this is not available at the moment on the server. Let me see. If we do select star from what? From random event locations. Random event locks. Yeah, is empty at the moment. And if I do select star from random events, actually here there are 5 rows. Yes, because these are the merchants. So ID area. Okay, let me try ID. I'm 1 second on the other screen, but ID and area. Yeah. Okay. So if we want to enable, the random NPC, now the problem is that no, but I think it's good. We can do that. Tavern. Tavern. It is probably this one, right? It is probably the third line. And yeah, in fact, we had the dice board location. To this guy. He doesn't have any knowledge area though, which is a bit of a pity actually. So he doesn't speak pretty much. Ah no, he has the gamble KA. Ah, cool. Okay, so to enable this guy, we need. Okay, let me try to put it here in our schema, right? Enable random event gambler. Enable random event gambler. So we need definitely this. Yeah. Which is the location inside the tavern. Then we need this event. Which is the actual NPC. Now here, what happened? Huh? I don't understand why it's not copying the wall. Huh? Ah, because it's still CSV. Okay, okay. Okay, now. So we have the random event with the random NPC, Tavern 11. Now this 11, 12, I don't fully understand if this is our start, our end, right? Can we make it a bit larger than that? And also, is the NPC ever despawned? No, it's not. So the NPC is never despawned, but I think for now it's okay. We never destroy the NPC. Never destroy the NPC. I'm thinking if I want to do it differently or what kind of camera are you looking to get? I don't know, I have to think about it, but just a simple one, you know. I mean, I don't need any special camera, but it should be solid enough to actually work properly. Because I don't understand if it's a software issue or if it's a hardware issue. That I don't know. So we need this, and then we need the gamble, and then we need a gamble KA. And the gamble KA is... good question. The gamble KA is in NPC knowledge areas? No, I don't think so. Because, wait a second, I don't remember. There are too many pieces in this game. Too many pieces. Too many pieces, my boys. No. KA script. I think we should have it in quest script actually. But in the sample database, probably. Where quest ID is equal to -1. Yep, this one. Exactly. But I don't think the 230 will actually work. Come on. Quest in Pro 2. 230. May actually work. It may actually work. Okay, so if we use this, okay, so this one is only starting the... yeah, I see. So this gamble Q&A is knowledge area is very, very simple. So it doesn't even have a high, or it doesn't have anything, right? It doesn't have anything. Which is a bit of a pity, but fine. I just don't understand how it is possible that is triggering. Because I have the 5, because I have the 5 minutes. So the NPC will actually overlap. That's not very good though. I'm trying to understand how I can do this, but because there is a problem, right? So the NPC may spawn in the tavern, and then you may start to play a game, and then the NPC wants to go away while you are in the middle of the game. And this is not managed at the moment. It's not managed. So the NPC if I add the NPC destroy after a certain amount of minutes, you may be in the middle of one of your games. So or I leave the NPC always on. But if I leave him always, but also leaving him always on is not a solution, right? Because the event anyway is scheduled to run every, well, maybe I can make the time very, 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 very long, so that you have to be very unlucky that the NPC is just disappearing in the middle of the game. So like if I make the time like 5 hours, right, and then the NPC goes away, and the problem is that how do I make the NPC? I mean, I can change the that is the next event minimum and maximum, right? So if I say, for example, that this is, I don't know, 360 or 20 or 240, right? If I do 240, there will be 4 hours, right? 4 hours. So if I do 240, after 4 hours, it will restart, and we can put in the script. Yeah, well, I think we should test it this way. Now the problem is, what is the problem? The problem is that it may not respawn for 4 hours then, right? Because what the code is doing, right? What the code is doing is randomizing in the range of our start, our end, plus the next event minimum, a certain time at which the NPC will appear. And so there is no way to have it guaranteed, right? Guaranteed at start. I don't think there is. I don't know if we have anything inside flags, right? It maybe it's telling that you have to run it anyway, but I don't think so. Can be one location. Because I need a way. Oh wow, flags is not even it's not even read properly. What do you mean? No, maybe it's read somewhere else. Yeah, I think it's read somewhere else in random event. So it's loaded in another class. Yeah, it's loaded here actually. Actually, it's loaded here. Flags contain one location. What is this one location? One location. Specify if the event should happen only at one of the location available or in all locations. Ah, I see. No, for us it's good that he appears in multiple locations. But my only problem is spawn time. Because if I say 4 hours, I think he may spawn in the next 4 hours, right? Because it's a random event. So you don't have the guarantee that it's actually respawning when a player is there. When a player is there, yeah, here it doesn't really explain how the scheduling works, right? It doesn't explain how the scheduling works, but pretty much this guy... Schedule next event. Schedule next event. Yeah, so as soon as the server starts, is immediately scheduling the next event. But the schedule of the next event happens using the event start hour and hour end, find the target time. Exactly. So it's completely random between the given time. So it's randomizing between our start and our end and the minute, right? So for example, if I say between 11 and 12, it will go, I don't know, 11:25, right? So here it decides that the time is 11:25. And so at 11:25, it will trigger. Yeah, but then in addition to that, is also requiring a minimum next event timer. And this is the one that we can use, and this is why, in fact, I used it and I said 1. So if that is specified, is forcing, right? Is forcing a schedule within this time. The only thing that I don't understand is if this is an equal, that is basically going to destroy whatever I did here, right? Yeah, so it's a full override. So if I have something, right, that is that is scheduled. If this number is a number, whatever it is, and is greater than our event time in seconds, I'm going to override it 100%. Because, you know, every event works in the same way, right? So there is a certain time, right? There is a certain time where that event actually happens, right? But usually the event contains stuff that gets removed after some time, right? For example, there is a bard performance inside a tavern. He's doing his show, he's singing, and then when the song is finished, the bard will be removed, right? In this case, it doesn't work that way because multiple player can start multiple games of dice with the same NPC, and you don't know how much they last, and you cannot just, you know, remove the NPC. In theory, I could remove it. So in theory, I could remove it when all the games are closed, if that ever happens, right? But then how do I know that this guy should be removed? And also, if a new event happens, how do I know that that guy is still there? Well, in theory, I could save the NPC and I can check if the NPC is still on. That maybe is a good idea. Let me test an idea that I think is a good idea. So basically, the idea is because every event knows all the NPC that he has attached, right? I'm pretty sure. So every event right? Like, for example, this guy, right? This guy knows he knows the spawned NPC and he knows the spawned items. He knows that. So in theory, if the NPC gets destroyed, right? So what I'm saying is that before executing a new event, we can check if the previous NPC has been removed. And if it's not, we don't generate it. So that will prevent any duplication. Yeah, I think that is a good idea. The only problem is where to do it, but I think it's a good idea. So basically, because, well, and also, does the game know that it's the same event, or is just scheduling? Or is just scheduling? Random event time. No, he knows it because he's passing the event. So he definitely knows it. The event remains the same. It's just scheduled again. Right? So Because I will show you what happens, okay? I will show you what happens, because otherwise you don't understand probably my problem. So I will show you what happens. If I run it exactly like it is now, if I run it, yes, load random events through, GM random events through, right? Repopulate NPC, we can say false because we don't need any NPC actually apart from the generated ones, right? So if I do this and I run my thingy, and then I teleport me to the tavern, and then I teleport me to the tavern. But I think that this works only for a single event. Because if I'm generating gamblers in every tavern, it will never happen in the second tavern because the first one is still up. So I have to create separate events. Yeah, if I create separate events, then it will work probably. I didn't start. It's probably missing some tables or something. Let me see. Yeah, it's missing something. Error in random event script 3. KI gamble KA does not exist. Huh? What the fuck? You crazy? Yeah, actually, who is giving the name to this? Who's giving the name to this KA? Ah, this one. Gamble KA. Yeah, but then why it doesn't work? Huh? Error in random event script. Mystery. Error in random event script because I didn't load the NPC, and so I didn't load the... If you don't load the NPCs, not loading the dialogues. Is this the reason? Probably, huh? Probably it's because the NPC were not loaded. Hello? Can he... Yeah, well, it's no, it's the same. It's the same. Error in random event script. KA gamble does not exist. What do you mean? So we left something not working? Dig to find knowledge areas. Bro, Jesus. Why is not working now? It was working, right? So maybe because this is not loaded, random event manager. Maybe because it is not loaded before the KA are loaded. Or because I have the quest false. Because I have the quest false. Because I have the quest false. Yeah, 100%. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky because actually the KA is inside quest scripts. I think now it will start. Okay, now we started. So the point I wanted to make is this, right? The point I wanted to make is this. If I enable this functionality in production, right? And then I go in the tavern. And then I go in the tavern. Right? I have a guaranteed respawn of the NPC here in 1 minute. Actually, it can be here or it can be downstairs, but it's the same. I think it would be easier if we just keep it in one location, by the way. But fine. So I have a guaranteed respawn in theory in 1 minute if this works, right? So we will see a guy appearing. He actually appeared downstairs. Okay, it appeared here, right? And now this guy, and I can play with this guy if everything works, right? Now. The problem is that after another minute, the event will run again. And another NPC will spawn. And that is the problem I have, right? Because I didn't solve that, right? I didn't solve that. Because this NPC is never destroyed at the moment by the event. The event is just saying, produce this NPC, randomize the name, randomize the whatever, the traits, right? And put it there, and but I think in 1 minute we will see another NPC spawn, and that is a problem because I don't want to pollute the server with 1 million NPC, right? I mean, assuming that I'm obviously in range, I need to be in the expected range, but I don't know how much is the range, but it's fine. What I think here, where I am now, I think I'm in a good place. I don't see it respawning, but in theory it should. In theory, should. Maybe it's more than 1 minute. Strange though, because because here we only have time second 0. And here we have we have 1-1, right? We have our start, our end, probability, Next event minimum, next event maximum. Player proximity 10 meters. Maybe I'm farther than 10 meters here. It's a bit strange that it doesn't. It's a bit strange that it doesn't. Schedule event ID 1 in 300 seconds from now. Trigger random event ID 1 in 300 seconds from now. In 300 seconds from now. Why that much? Triggering random event. Why saying scheduled in 300? Huh? Schedule event ID 1 in 300 seconds from now. Triggering random event or check past. Prerequisite failed. I don't understand where is that schedule event ID is here. Minutes, right? Which is a bit annoying because we have to wait 5 minutes. But I don't understand how we decided. How we decided. We will have another NPC spawning on top of this one, and it is exactly what I don't want, right? It's exactly what I don't want. So to me, you should actually schedule, but then during the trigger, because the scheduling to me is fine. He can continue to schedule events as much as he wants, but my problem is the trigger. Because when he actually triggers, that will happen hopefully in a few minutes from now, when he actually triggers, I need a flag or something to say that I want him to check if the NPC is still present, and if the NPC is still present, it will not generate another one. So that is basically what I want. So I need to add a new flag. Yeah, it can actually be a prerequisite at this point. Why is not spawning? It's still not 5 minutes. I waited like 1 hour. It's still not 5 minutes. I mean, in theory, the server should say like triggering. Ah, it did it actually. Triggering UPS random event ID 1, schedule event ID 1 in 300 seconds from now. Yeah, but why I don't have a double NPC then? Huh? Why this game is so fucking dark? I'm getting annoyed by it. Why we don't have a second NPC then? That is very strange. This is very strange. He said schedule event ID in 300 seconds from now. So it actually did the trigger, but then from the trigger, it didn't continue. Like if some of the prerequisites were not met or whatever. Triggering random event. Yeah, you see all past checks. So in theory, right? Prerequisite failed, not compliant. Prerequisite check. Do we have any prerequisite actually? Let me see if we have any kind of prerequisite. But the first time it triggered, right? And it still has, so. Oh, we don't have any prerequisite on this one. And it is another event, yeah. So is this event, our prerequisites are empty, right? Our prerequisites are empty, so... I think if we fail a prerequisite, probably we... No, we don't type it. We don't type it. Okay, I think we can start it in debug mode, cheat on the time so we don't have to wait 5 minutes. I don't understand exactly why 5 minutes, by the way, but fine. We can cheat on the time, right? So we can stay here. And also, can we just have one location instead of 2 locations? I understand it is nice that we have 2 locations for debug purposes, but I think it's a bit annoying. Tavern. Or can I disable it? Actually, I see only one tavern, right? I see only one tavern location. Maybe because he has a radius and so is falling down. That is possible. But it seems to be just below this. Maybe he's spawning it at one radius also vertically? I don't know. That is a bit weird actually. I don't understand why sometimes he's spawning at the top and someone is spawning at the bottom. That I never understood. I can't check it. But yeah, okay, so let's do... So I don't understand why at the moment is not spawning multiple NPC. Because in theory it should. Because we have a 100% chance in the probability. Event probability is 100%. And the event itself is only requiring 10 meters of player proximity. It is requiring one player online. Right? So in theory, all these checks let's say not enough players present percentage D needed percentage D. I don't know, maybe it doesn't see me. I don't know why. I enabled for GM, so it should be good, right? There is this include GMs, so I can add this information. So if this fails, in theory I should also say which event it is, because we have yeah, I should also say the event, right? Because otherwise there can be like 10 events running at the same time and we will never know which one is it. So let me print out also the this one, so the fact that we failed the prerequisite. Unfortunately, printing which prerequisite failed is not really easy, but at least we know that that we failed the prerequisite, right? Okay, let me recompile it like this, and then we will run it in debug mode, and we will actually cheat on the time, because otherwise we have to wait 5 minutes every time, right? So I would be interested to understand where that 300 is coming from, considering that, and also why why the location is changing. Get random point in navigable radius. It's probably this. And the problem is that it's also going down. No? I don't know. Because this event location applicable locations, right? So I don't know how many of this we have, but in theory should be only one. Get event location by area, right? I think there is something messed up there, because it's not really reasonable that we have two locations here. I don't think it's very reasonable. Let me do this just for fun. Let me print out the number of locations. I mean, we can debug it, but I think that this debug anyway is anyway good to have. It will spam a bit, but I think it's fine. Okay. So we also know the locations. In case. How many I think it's one location, but there is this get navigable pointing range that probably is fucking up and is finding it downstairs. Hello, King Shaton. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the compliment, really. Do it what I can. Okay, let's run this in debug mode and see what happens, okay? By the way, guys, we have a new release out, so if you want to test it, it is available. Yeah, anyway, it's good that we fix these random generated events, you know, because it's, or anyway, that we give it a bit more love, so we can debug it better, we can understand it better, we can use it better. I think it's good. What I'm thinking to a flag. I don't know if I want the flag to be inside of this, right? But maybe yes. Maybe inside NPC type we can have an additional attribute that is blocks next event, right? Something like blocks next event. That if the NPC is still there and the next event is trying to spawn to trigger, it will not trigger. Maybe we can do it the same for the items, right? We can do the same for the items, maybe. Okay, so here we are in the tavern again, right? Here we are in the tavern again. So shortly, our event will trigger. And I think we need to we need to cheat on the time. We said we want to cheat on the time, otherwise we have to wait forever. Exactly. Inside schedule next event, we have to cheat on this event time in seconds, right? So we have to change it. We have to change it to be, I don't know, 20 seconds, because otherwise it doesn't allow me to, because it needs to be stopped. Fuck. Okay. We had a guaranteed 1 minute. Easier. Easier. Easier, but we didn't hit the breakpoint. Fuck. We didn't hit the breakpoint. No, we didn't. Did he print out all the stuff that we triggering event 3, the number of possible location 1, all past checks executing. Okay, good. Okay, good. So the location is actually 1, yes. And this error in random location is for another event that at the moment we don't care. So the fact that it spawns below, I think that maybe a problem with the race that is too big and so it spawns downstairs. I don't know. But okay, but this proves, this doesn't prove much though. Because we need to catch the next... where is the schedule next though? Executing, generate name, before, after. What is this thing, by the way? We have a spam in the generation of the name. Why I have this? I don't know, it's a bit weird. We should remove it. It's not a big deal, but it's spamming for nothing. Yeah, why didn't I respawn the next... That is strange, huh? It didn't schedule the next. Huh? All past checks executing, right? So we are here. Yeah, but you see that he actually arrived here again. Schedule a time. Is this our event number 2 or not? No, this is our... Well, ID 1. Tavern. Next event... No, there is another event. There is another event. This is not our event. So our event doesn't schedule twice. Huh? I think it's this. I think it's rescheduling. I think it's rescheduling another event only if the prerequisite fails. But this is pretty bad, huh? Do we have... no, it's not bad. I mean, it's exactly what we wanted, but I didn't think that it would work this way. Do we have a way in the event to actually say schedule, reschedule, or what? Maybe I forgot, but there is. Ah, there is schedule next. There is schedule next. There is schedule next. Yeah. Yeah, so I will do it only. Okay, okay, good. So our NPC will appear and will stay there forever. But it will never trigger again. He will never trigger again. Never trigger again. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, schedule next is actually part of No, I understand. I understand. So if you don't have a schedule next, you will not do it, right? You will not do it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's called the first time at start, but then, so I think it's good. So we basically have, okay, that's nice. So the NPC will not spawn multiple times. It will not spawn multiple times. So the only problem is to understand why sometimes the NPC is spawning downstairs. I mean, that's very weird. But apart from that, I can load it in production because actually it's working as expected. It's spawning only once, right? It's spawning only once. So I don't understand this location X, location Y, location Z. 110. Oh, 110. Why is not 000? But anyway, I can move the NPC in case. Can we just give him a bit more? Can we just give him a bit more high? At least the high thing. So if you say hi, right? Actually, greetings. If you say greetings, he's going to say something to you. Ah, but if I do it this way, it becomes a menu. It becomes a menu? No, but if I don't put menu, it's not a menu, right? So if I say greetings and then I say hello, I like playing dice, right? Yeah, let me stop this. So because otherwise this guy will not answer even to a greetings, right? Which is a bit annoying. And also I want to test if that actually works. I want to test if I can have multiple, but I'm pretty sure yes, without menu, right? Without menu. Okay, let me try like this. I think we can launch it also without debug, it's fine. No, I think it's good. I think we can use it. I think I can spawn it in game right now. The only question is how many players there are, if there is anyone that is doing character creation. If someone is doing character creation, usually I avoid restarting the server so they kind of, you know, are able to create a character and do their thing. Well, in the initial area, not in character creation, I cannot detect it. Okay, so let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So now we should get our guy within 1 minute, because that's the rule that we set. The 300 seconds was completely another event, so it had nothing to do with us. Nothing to do. Okay, Z. So now, if I press E, do I speak? Yeah. Okay, he's in a position where we don't see him, but fine. Yes, he actually answered. Okay, nice. I think we can put it in. We can put it in production, guys. We can put it in production. We can put it in production. So the only thing that we need the location. We need the random event, and then we need the KS script, right? Nothing else. So if I load these three things. Right? Yes, I think so. So if I load these three things in production, where is it? Here. It didn't work. Why? This worked, but this didn't. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what happened. So I think that this one was added already, right? If I add it again, it will hopefully give me a duplicate key. Okay, so that one he managed to add it. Now I hope that he can add also this one. No, it doesn't. There is something that he doesn't like. Maybe there is missing an escape or something. It's strange because I exported it from right? I exported it from here. I exported it from here. Yes. So how is possible it's not working? He doesn't like it. Like if he's missing a closed... nah, but the closed thing is here. This one is closed here. So what is missing? I don't know. Should I put it in a script? I can put it in a script and run it as a script. I should be identical in theory. I can... let me put it inside the script and see what happens. Sometimes things are weird. Duplicate entry at line 3. So he actually added it anyway, so he was complaining, but he added it. Yeah, actually he did. No. No, because okay, it cannot be ID number. Okay, wait. Select ID from random events. Okay, 5 up to 5 is already taken. So we cannot use 5. Now the problem is if I change it now. If I change it now, no, I can change it. But I don't understand why it doesn't paste it. It's fine. Number 5. 5. Fuck, 6, not 5. Why am I so stupid? Why I said 5? 5 is the maximum. We need 6, not 5. 6, my boys, not 5. 5 is taken. 5 is taken, so we have to do 6. 6 is one more than 5. Okay, it did it. Yeah, putting it this way, it worked. In the other way, it didn't. Okay. Let me try just to do it again and see what happens. It should give an error, right? Yes, nice. Okay, so I think we have it. Do we want to restart the server and try to see if this gambler guy actually gambles? Because I think we can test this, which is anyway something that I wanted to test. Think so. Let me see how many players there are there. If there is any player that I don't recognize, we just go and see if he's in the Draken plane, and if he's not in the Draken plane, there's still people here. Don't know what they are doing. No, don't use it. No, don't do it. It's broken. These are all people that we know, right? Einel, who is Einel? Is Einel this guy? I cannot click it because it's on the... Yeah, he's a new player that is like creating the character right now. No. Hello. But if he's here, I think it's fine. I think we can restart now. I think we can restart if we are here. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Load generated event. So do we have load generated event server side or not? I think we do. We have to be sure that the events are actually active, right? To see if the events are active, I just have to do this. I just have to check this file. So if this file has generated events true, then is okay. Yeah, load random events through, load GM random events through. Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, let's restart it. And we say server restarting to add the gambler NPC in Idla Tavern. Server with 2R. Server restarting for... okay, let's see. 3 minutes. This guy seems to be FK anyway, so is someone that just tested the... I should add to this list the choices that you made in the new area of the character of the tutorial. Unfortunately, we cannot join and see the game that the people will play of DICE. Or yes, or can we? Can we add it? I think we can connect as viewers. No, we cannot. Because we cannot click on the minigame. No, we cannot. Okay, anyway, is restarting, right? Is restarting in 3 minutes. Well, probably now 1 minute or 2 minutes. But I see that people are exploring the new city manager, which is nice. One minute. One minute, my boys. 20 seconds. Boom. And he's down. And he's down. Okay, let me see if he deleted. No, I don't even want to see it if he deleted the stuff. Let me just see if I have the right value here. Yes, I do. One day I will solve this problem of the config files, which is absurd really, but fine. Okay, let's see if we load any events, right? There should be somewhere. There is the event manager that is starting at a certain point. was that? Pam 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 pam. Path of Exile. I have to check the Path of Exile 2 soundtrack. Maybe we can add it. Maybe we can add it. Maybe I added it already. Maybe I added it already. Okay, the server is coming up. We will see. Still loading. It is still loading, my boys. Still loading. Come on. It's repopulating items. All the items that you spam into the world is repopulating them. They are 100,000 items. I'm not joking. I think it's 180,000 items that are scattered around the world that you just spammed everywhere. It's loading the levels. It's loading the levels. Probably now. Maybe. Oh wow, I'm rubber banding like a boss. Okay, so now in theory should work the same, right? So if I stand here we are in production. If I stand here, in theory the NPC will appear at a certain point. I don't know when, but within 1 minute, if everything works as we expected. Boom, there it is. Okay, let me just orient it this way. This guy's called Boreve. 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 Okay, so at least it's looking this way, right? And when you speak with him, you know, you can actually see his face, because if he's looking at the door, that's not a great idea. Fuck, he doesn't have the thing. Why doesn't have the thing? No. Why? He appears only if you type hi 1 time. Fuck. Unbelievable. Okay. I added it, I didn't test it. My bad. Fuck. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, the problem is that I added the hi, but I didn't separate it with ... And so now that's a prerequisite for the second thing. No, I cannot believe it. No. Okay. We just stop the server and GG. We will just stop the server and GG. No one will notice. There were already people connected, but I don't care. No, I mean I care, but they just connected now. So wait a second. So annoying. Yeah, because there is no ... in between, and so is not separated. And so one is a prerequisite of the other. Can you believe it? Can you believe this? This is super bad. Do we want to test it, or we want to trust our senses? I mean, I can take any other KA in the database and they are all done this way, right? So let me take any other KA. Quest script. Yeah, you see the separation. So yeah, I mean, I hope it works. I didn't really, but anyway, fine. So 1 second, because whenever I do that, this thing fucks up. There are a few things we really need to fix. And a few things we really need to fix, but it's fine. Okay, I'm restarting it now, and hopefully now that guy will. It's a pity because I like the fact that he was a lemur, but it's restarting now. Server restarting now. Don't worry. Don't worry. By the way, guys, if you have any questions on the game, on Unreal Engine, or if you want to tell me what you do with Unreal Engine, or whatever, I mean, just be interactive in the chat if you want. Also, if you want to click follow, would be nice. I want to reach 900 followers, and it's not easy. We are at 888 though, which is a very nice number. Yeah, server is loading. Server is loading, my boys. I hope it works. I don't know. Testing stuff in production is always different than testing in your machine. There is, in theory, should not, but in reality, it is. You may say, "Oh, it should be identical, right?" But it's not. Repopulating items. I think we should do a cleanup of all these items one day, but all the ones that are on the ground. I mean, some are inside guild houses, but they are not loaded at startup. They are loaded only if you enter the guild house. So all the items that are repopulating, I think I can print out the number actually. Probably it's telling you at the end. Yeah, it's telling you at the end actually. But so much stuff that it's telling you at the end or no? 6,781. I was thinking way more. So the 150,000 that I was telling before probably is the total items, including guild houses. Oh, mystery. Real mystery. Okay, let's see if now this guy spawns again. And he doesn't spawn downstairs. Sometimes he spawns downstairs. I don't know why. I cannot really look down. Oh, is he? Okay, I would have preferred another race, but it's okay. I mean, it's randomized at the end, so... The previous one was better, actually. Fuck it. Can I regenerate it? No, I cannot. It's called Nelinei. Nelinei. Boom. Okay, hopefully it will work now. Yes. Fuck, it's not starting. Arrgh. Why is not starting? Because the script fuck, it's not starting. It's not enough. It's not enough. We are missing something. We are missing something. We are missing something else, my boys. We are missing something else. We are missing something else. Probably this script start minigame is not there. No, I cannot believe it. Is it a math script or what is it? Math script. Wait, wait. Math script. No. So it's probably a progression event then. Yes. So this script is not loaded in production. Okay, so we miss another piece. So this piece, param 1, param 2, minigame, target, minigame, item location, select script. So this we definitely need to add also. Wait. Can I reload the scripts? No, There's no way, Can I reload the scripts? Dynamically? I can reload the math scripts, but not the progression scripts. Fuck. So I have to restart the server again. No! Only Resildren is on. Only Resildren is on, so we will do it. We will kill it. Sorry, Resildren. Sorry. 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 I will manage to do it, hopefully. Hopefully I will manage to freaking have this gambler working. I don't know, I hope so. I don't know if I have other stuff, like if I have other rules or other things, you know, that. Sorry, Resildren. Yeah, it was only you connected. And so I just relaunch it again. I know you were checking the city manager. But I'm trying to have this thing working. And unfortunately, it's a completely new thing, and I didn't. So I don't know about the mini game rules. The mini game. Yes. Wait a second. Oh my God, we have the same problem. Mini game. Wait. There is another problem. Because the mini game needs to exist as a game board, and also the game board I don't have. Dice Cup or not? Dice Cup end game, dice rules, simple roll. Yeah. Absolutely. Wait. I'm missing all of this. Because the dice cup that we have in production is not the same as the one that I have on my machine. So let me do a select star from game boards where name equal to dice cup. Yeah, absolutely. No, we need all of this. We need. Oh wow. We need all of this. So I have to delete the previous one. Delete from game boards where name equal to dice cup. Yeah. So I have to do this, and then I have to do this. This probably I will have to put it also in a. No, it worked. Incredible. That's incredible. Do you think it will work? I don't know. Minimum bet. There was also all the reasoning of the minimum and maximum. No, but I think the maximum, we had a maximum, right? I think we had a maximum. I don't remember what I coded as a maximum, but there is a maximum. There is a maximum, I think, yes. Okay. Okay, I think it's good. My boys. Now we should be complete, hopefully. Now we should be complete. I'm thinking if there is something else, but I don't think so. No worry, you can change me away. Okay, nice. Nice. So basically now the mini game, the dice cup, the dice board cup, that is something that I would like you guys to test as multiple games, including a poker game. And it can be played multiplayer, or it can be played against an NPC. And if you test it, will be nice, because I think that I will have to do a new release, a new update release soon, because there are a number of, maybe in 2 weeks from now, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks. because there is some stuff that is not working as expected. For example, in the dungeons, you cannot unlock doors, right? Which is super annoying. Because someone tried to help and fucked up the code. Yeah, that was not me. It was one of the only thing that was not me. Okay, it's loading up. It's loading NPC. Repopulating items now. Repopulating items. Repopulating items. I think it would be nice to extend the random generator also to have the visual equip. That would be cool. It's loading, repopulating items. I don't know why it takes so much time to repopulate 7,000 items, but it seems that it takes time more to read it than... Now it's loading levels, so it should not be possible yet to connect. It's loading levels, is done now. Now is up. Now is up. Okay. Let me see if we can play with this guy. He may crash, hopefully not. He may crash. So our economy with this gambler would even be more broken, or no? Depends if you win or if you lose. It's not spawning, please. Aha! Okay, it's a dwarf. It's okay. So it's called Naduda. Naduda is a very good name. Naduda. Okay. Can we play a dice game? Ah, okay, now it starts. Now it starts. Now it starts. Select one game type. Now, I don't know if the game type is by session, right? It is the NPC playing. It is the NPC playing, my boys. I don't know why the screen is so dark. Everything is dark in this freaking game. But anyway, probably because it's night again. Yeah. So this kind of works. And by the way, the NPC is matching any dice that you put in. So like, for example, here I put a D12 and a D8, right? And I roll them. And the NPC will match the same dice. Now in this one you cannot bet at the moment, but if you go in this one, the bet is available, right? And so I can bet 25. And the NPC should match my 25. And now I roll, I don't know, 1d20, 2d20. Blah, 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 blah. Roll. 14 is not much, but anyway. Shit. I lost 25. I lost 25. Okay. Okay, let me send a message that the... Hello, the new mini game, the new types of dice mini game are now loaded. Plus, you also have a gambler NPC in the Idla Tavern. You can play with him, you can play with him, you can play with him or with other players. Let me see if there is a maximum bet. If I say 90,000, your opponent cannot match that amount, bet cancelled. Yeah, I don't remember what was the maximum, if it was 10,000. No, it was 2,000. I think it was probably 2,000. Yeah, after 2,000 it does it. Above 2,000 it doesn't do it. Let's go, boys. 10. 10 is not the greatest. I won 1,003. Easy. Easy. Easy win. Easy win. Okay, now I would like to see if some of you can play. As soon as you connect and you come here and play. But I think in theory we should be able to play together. I mean, we should be able to play at the same time. Because this thing is working with game sessions. And so he's creating a game session for each player, right? So, yeah. Now, I don't know when you restart if the type of game is set. And also, I don't know if you multiplay. I don't know. I think if multiple people play at the same time, I mean, we have to test this and see what happens, because I'm not completely convinced that it works. Can I bet 0? Uh-oh. Because the game was not started. So you have to reset it. If you don't bet anything, you cannot bet at this time. Okay, we crashed. GG! We crashed, my friends. We crashed. Okay, fine. I was expecting that somehow. I was expecting that. Let me just see if we have the log files or not. I mean the configuration file. What? Huh? What the fuck is saying? Ah, because it's this. Sorry. Wrong directory. Yeah. Okay, we crashed. Very nice. We crashed. Let me see why. No, it was not you. It was me playing the game, playing the mini game. It was me playing the mini game. Get current phase, index 0, handle dice roll, mini game session 1104. Yeah, this thing has not been tested much, so I would say it may be a bit fragile, right? So we have to make it stronger. And so I need you to test stuff and okay, if current dice game is different than -1, so basically we have a game selected, but get current phase fails. Get current phase fails. No, get current phase is this, right? Yeah. Get current phase fails because we are trying to use an array with -1. So actually it looks like the game is not really started, right? I mean, the problem is that if I'm because I didn't reset. So we are sure that we have a game type, right? Because the game type was selected here. And for sure the available games, we have them because they are loaded from the database. So now what we don't know is if you are failing here or failing here. But failing here is impossible, right? Because we know that we are different than -1. So the dice game should be or 0 or 1. And I think that it is 1. So it seems that the current phase then is probably wrong. It may be a bit fragile, my boys. We have to understand. By the way, every time he reloads, there is another guy because it's randomized. Maybe a bit fragile. I don't know why we ended up with a current phase that is actually -1. I mean, I can, for sanity, right? For sanity, I can say if current dice game is different than -1 and current phase is different than -1, because this is actually initialized as -1. And when you are restarting a game, it is setting it to -1 and then is moving to the first phase, right? If you are in -1, then it's not a phase game. That is not a phase game. So this means the get current phase should never fail, or what? I think I want to test it 1 second on my machine. By the way, why the guy is now spawning? He spawned downstairs this time. Yes, it did. What is his name? Veraze. Verase. I want to test it. I want to test it on my machine. I don't want to crash the server again. But there seems to be a problem here. There seems to be a problem. I mean, we made some progress anyway, right? So at least we have this thing in. Which is good. I mean, whenever we add some new functionality, obviously there is this risk, right? There is this risk of new bugs. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I want to listen to this Path of Exile 2 soundtrack and see if we can add it to the game. If we can add it to the stream. I need to see if I can reproduce the crash. I think I know what I did, and I will try to redo it exactly the same. Respond below. Yes. No, whatever, it's the same type. Okay, so what I did, I did a lot of stuff, but I think what I did, I switched between games, right? But I want to try to not select any game and roll a dice anyway. Okay, if you don't select any game, the things is fucking up a bit. I thought I added a request to select the game, but maybe I. You cannot bet at this time. So now I reset, but I still did not select the game, right? I still did not select the game. Yeah, as a default is doing the 3 dices. Okay. Then we selected simple roll. We selected simple roll and we reset, right? Okay, now without resetting, I will go and change the game. And now I will try to bet. This seems to have worked on. There are still dices there, which is a bad idea. So if you don't click on reset, things are getting weird. If you don't click on reset, things are getting very weird. Can I change the game while we are playing? There is a problem, huh? Let's say that if you want to break it, you can break it at the moment. At the moment, if you want to break it, you can break it. Because I think there are two things that I need to prevent. One is switching game while you are already doing a game. Or force a reset, but let me try to reset twice. Yeah, you see that there is this. If you change game without resetting, things are going very weird. Very weird. If you follow the sequence, everything works, right? Because you can have, like in this case, I have my bet, I have my roll, he's doing his bet, he's doing his roll, and everything works. But if you change the game midway without reset, so I think that we really need to ensure that if the game is changed, everything is reset, because otherwise it's a mess. So if you are changing game, you know what is the problem though? Because if you already bet a certain amount, then what happens? You can basically exit. Yeah, but you can exit anyway, because you can click on the X, or you can just disconnect from the game. Right, so if you want to disconnect mid game, you can, because this is not restarting. Well, actually, it looks like it is. It's restarting from where you left. I don't think so. Like if I bet 10, right, and then I exit. When I re-enter, I have a bet 0, you see? So you bet something that now I don't even know where is it. No, it's not anywhere, because actually you're not transferring money. It's just a fake transfer of money. So I think if you exit and re-enter, it's fairly clean. Let me try to put some dice and then exit and re-enter. Yeah, I think the re-enter is actually resetting everything well. What is not resetting is first of all, when you don't select the game. I did it. I don't know how, but it crashed now. What did I do? I re-entered without select. I re-entered and I rolled some dice on top of a previous game I've done. No? I mean, I can watch the video and see what I did. But definitely it crashed, and I think it crashed exactly with the same error. Right? Yeah. Exactly with the same error. An array of sides 3. Why an array of sides 3? Like if the current phase is 3. I don't know, it seems weird. But I can block it, right? I can, but this is okay. Let's launch it in debug mode so that we see what is going on when it crashes, right? We need to reproduce this crash because it's really crashing the server and it's very bad. I can't say that if current phase is -1, we also return phase data empty, right? That is probably the best idea. Maybe. What is doing? Hello? I don't know what it's doing. I said F5. It's now starting. Stinking lot. Boo. I don't know what it's doing. It's rotating here forever. Ah, okay. Now it did a build. Maybe it did a build. We have to find the minimum number of steps. I tried the game easy mode, simple mode. It looks like I crashed it. Let me see. Yeah, I need to fix that. If this is crashing so often, I really need to fix it. Slightly different though. It's a different crash. Find function checked. Ah, it's different. Dice a simple roll, move to next phase, end game 1. Receive MG start and stop. 79. Let me see. It seems that it didn't resolve your client. Did you disconnect? Minigame session 1209. Minigame session. Did you disconnect? Why allows me to access this directly without don't believe it is connected. Because actually I'm checking it here. I'm checking here if the player is valid actually. It's a tie. Oh fuck. You tied with an NPC and it is crashing because he's trying to send a message to the NPC client but doesn't have a client. Yeah, there is a bug here. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. You tied and he crashed. Yeah. I think I can easily reproduce it with a D6. Maybe you used only a D6 and you got the same result, right? And so let me try to reproduce. Yeah, but I see the crash. I see it with my own eyes. I can fix it. It's a server side only. I can fix it. I think you tied and it fucked up. That is a good one because we should send to the receiving client only if it's not an NPC, obviously. So if now if you want the NPC to spawn again, you have to stay a bit in the tavern. If you stay a bit in the tavern, it will appear upstairs or downstairs. I don't know yet why it appears downstairs, but yeah. This Path of Exile 2 music is so much Diablo music. I mean, they already copied the game. They also copied the music or the music style. Should I try again? No, give me a second because if you tie, no, I will try it on my side. You will crash it for sure. I think that's a guaranteed crash. 100% guaranteed crash. I'm just trying to reproduce it. And if I do it with a D6, right, it's very easy to tie. One and three. Needs to be the same number. 4 and 2. He's not doing it. I mean, we have 1 chance out of 6, so it's not bad. 5 and 3. Okay. Come on. You can do it. You can crash it. 1 and 3. We have 1 chance out of 6. It should be easy, no? Yeah, you never saw it because it's crashing before sending it to you. So also I will not see it. When it crashes, I will not see it because it's crashing server side. So the server crashes and... Bro, I cannot have 2 numbers the same. I can do a d4. Ah, yes, I should do a d4. D4 is even more less chance. Is 1 out of 4 possibilities. There it is. Boom. There it is. Yes. Yes. You see, it's a tie, and he's trying to send the information to the client of the NPC, but the NPC does not have a client. So here the point is that this should be done only. This should be done only if this is a player, right? If he's not a player, you're not gonna do it. Okay, so this fix I can put in, and it is one fix, but I think we have a number of other problems though. That the other problem is I would like to understand how we end up in the situation where we have a non-phase game with phases, because this is basically what happens, right? The other crash. So yeah, it's perfectly normal you didn't see the. So yeah, if you tie, is a guaranteed crash at the moment, which is very bad. So it may happen. It will happen to anyone, right? It will happen to anyone. So this fix, I absolutely need to release it. I absolutely need to release it. Absolutely. The other one, I think that we should ensure that you have selected a game. But I don't understand, because in theory I do it this way. So I check the game selected, and then I need to think about it a bit. So I don't want to be in a situation where you can roll and you can bet, but the game is not a phase game, right? I think this may kind of happen though. I need to, yeah, we need more strict testing on this. We need to test it more. We need to test it more. I think I will probably disable it, because people can crash the server very easily, and they will. I mean, I can release this fix. If we can do these two fixes, I can have it in, right? I can enable it, but I need these two fixes in. Otherwise, it will crash continuously. Because now people got the message, right? That is available, and so they will start to. They will connect and try, and boom. I think the way I crashed it was when I exit from the game, exit from the game, and then I re-entered. So okay, so let me try, right? So I speak with a guy. I select a game. Okay. I think it should tell you somewhere which game is selected. I mean, it's telling you here at the bottom, but only when you change it, right? Okay, so now now the game is finished. So we exit. We enter again, and now we just roll randomly. Boom. Yes. Okay. So I think the problem is that we enter. Yeah. So I think it is. So the dice game is Z. So, but my question is, why the hell we went through get current phase if this is not a phase game, right? Let me see. Handle dice roll. Shake and roll the dice result. Find the previous phase dice number to roll. Find the previous what? So this should be done only if it's a phase game. Find the previous phase. Ah, I remember why I did this. Because if you are playing, this is applicable only in multiple phases, yes, and you want to know how many are needed minus the one that you already rolled, right? Yes, true. True. But why the hell we do this all the time then? This will fail always. This will always fail if you are not in the that game. But he actually didn't crash. He actually didn't crash. The current dice game is 0. Ah, I see. Yeah, because I set the game dice. Yeah, I set the game dice and then, okay, I think I will do 2 fixes. So the first fix is that anyway, if you have, I understand how we enter that, but anyway, if the current phase is -1, right? No. I mean, both needs to be both need to be different, right? Because if we are in this situation, we have a problem, right? We definitely have a problem. And you know what? I will also log something because it's not normal, right? It should not happen in theory. It should not happen. It should not happen that the current phase is so minigame session current phase current phase while not phase game. The only problem is that if it's because if it's -1, this will crash 100%, right? 100%. And I will print out these 2 things. I will print out the current dice game %d, and I will print out the current phase %d, and I will do this and this, right? Okay, this is a good fix and we can release it. But then there is also the other problem that this one is trying to get, right? Is trying to get the previous phase even in a non-phase game. He's trying to, because basically I'm rolling freely, and I don't know what to do in this case. I don't know what to do in this case. So you have set a game, you have set a type of game, then you exit, you re-enter, and the game is reinitialized as no game. I think I should not allow you to roll if you didn't set the game type or no. But this means you can never play alone. So I want you to be able to roll as much as you want. I don't know if the game is -1 or... Okay, let me see what happens like with this fix. Let me see what happens with this fix, because probably it's already fixing it. Because this will not... Well, we'll give the error though. So this will return 0. Yes, this in theory will fix it. This, I think this will fix it. But then we will see this error every time. We will see this error that I just added now. We will see this error very often. Every time you enter and exit. And I mean, it's okay. I mean, if it's not crashing. I can release it tonight. I can release these 2 fixes tonight. And maybe it's more usable, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this part is just not tested enough. I think we may force you to select the game. Because I think at the moment it's not. And also, I think that the problem is that when you change game, you are not resetting the game. And this is a big issue. There is a big issue. When you are changing the game, yeah, exactly. While in theory we want... check if we can reset if the game is running. Yes, unfortunately we can. So in that sense you can cheat a bit, because you can bet, right? And then if you have bad cards or bad dices, you can reset. And you can do it infinitely. I can give a maximum number of resets or something like that. Or I can just, after you bet, I can... yeah, but you can still disconnect, right? So you can still disconnect from the game. So you definitely have a way to reset the game. I mean, it's kind of annoying, right? But if you're farming money forever, right? You have to, yeah, but entering and exiting the game all the time just for that seems to be... Yeah, but it should be kind of a penalty. I mean, it's not a big deal because... But our economy is fucked anyway. But in theory, right, if you want to do it right, there should be a penalty for too many resets during the game, right? There should be a maximum amount of reset while a game is running. So if I set the game now, if I set the game, I roll, then I exit, I weigh the guy. I can weigh the guy or not, I think this makes no difference. Now I exit, now I re-enter, and now I roll. Before it was crashing. Now it should not crash anymore, or at least it should crash differently. Okay, he's doing that, so he's using 3 dice, but anyway I was not able to bet, so I would say that he's fine. And if I try to bet, I think it will tell me that I cannot. Exactly, because there is not a game. Okay, so and I guess I got the error on the console, right? Yes, I got the error on the console. Because the current game is actually set at 0, but the current phase is -1. Because it's not been properly reset. Yes. Yes, now we have to... Okay, so I will put in this fix. But we need to understand if there is a way for you to cheat or not. But this fix is good, because it's removing the crash. We removed 2 crashes actually. We removed 2 crashes. So I bet 15, he bets 15. I roll these 2 dices. He rolls these 2 dices. And I lost, right? So the point is, okay, let me try to break it, right? So the point is, I reset. I bet 10, right? Now let me see how much money I have. Ah, fuck. Okay, bet alright. So if I roll, and then I see that I have a bad result, and I quit, what happens to my money? Does the game complete anyway and removes money from me or not? 1645. One 645. 1645. One 645, huh? So I quit. Do you think the game completes anyway or not? Because this could be a way to cheat, right? This could be a way to cheat. This could be a way to cheat. This could be a way to cheat. Well, not to cheat, but basically if you see that you have a result that is low, you quit. And the game doesn't punish you for that, right? Doesn't punish you for that, while the game should. The game should punish you for quitting mid-game. I mean, I could disable the X, but maybe it's a bit too much, you know. I mean, you can also exit here in theory. You can exit at any time. I mean, I cannot prevent you from closing your client, so... I think here we got the error for sure, yeah. Because we are in a... But in this case it's not a problem, because you cannot bet, right? You cannot bet if you are not inside a betting phase of a game. So I would say that the... I would say that the bet is kind of safe. What is not safe is that you can enter and exit until you have a high value and then finish the game. And if you have a low value, you just exit. So the game should punish you on that. So after you do it like 2 or 3 times, the guy would not be willing to play with you anymore. Right? So the guy will say, I don't want to play with you because you are not finishing games, right? But for now it's not that big of a trouble, right? I mean, our economy is fucked anyway, so so fucked a bit more or a bit less is not. And with another player anyway, the other player will tell you, right? But with the NPC, we definitely need that, and that maybe will last not forever, but it will be a timeout. So the NPC will not allow you to play for maybe, I don't know, 1 day or something like that. And that, yeah. Okay, guys, I have to go actually. I have to go, but I will see you. I will release these 2 fixes tonight, so actually you can play the game without crashes. I will let you know on Discord when that is ready. Until then, I will say bye bye to you, and I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Okay. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea. And also remember that we have all our socials here and you can download our game because it's released. We also have a Patreon site. You can become a member and become a Patreon if you want. And yeah, thank you for your support. Bye-bye. Bye. You want to lock out the game until you reset? I will release it in like 1 hour from now, so I think it should be okay. But the next, yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It will crash a few more times, but fine. It's okay. I have to go anyway now, so I cannot do anything else. Bye.